Alright, we are playing some different games here, and mostly mixed games, 8-game mix, and also a triple draw. The reason why I play triple draw is that this is probably my worst game of the 8 games, and I kind of want to focus up on that one and have a table here playing that. So far, I mean, I've been losing a little, but not too much, and I will continue with action. So I'll try to introduce myself while there's no good hands going on. So I used to play a lot of fixed limit, and I haven't been playing very much for the last 2 years, and I recently went back to playing again and played horribly, to be honest. And I'm trying to learn Monoma as well, and I think while I was playing fixed limit together with Monoma, I kind of focused on the Monoma and the mixed games, and that caused me to play very, very poorly. So I think I lost like 130 big bets yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I just felt very unfocused and stuff, and also like all my general thinking about poker is kind of off, I guess. So I've been playing a lot. Just started because I have summer break, and I think it's I'm pretty happy with the start so far, so that's cool. So here with in triple draw with a 4 which are low, like a very good draw in my opinion. So I'm gonna 3-bet here, a limper, and this dude, and we'll keep 8 or a 7. On the first draw, and then maybe other depending on what they do. So they discard 1 each, so that's kind of dangerous. So I think I'm gonna c-bet one more time, and then if he's done with it, then I think I'm pretty done too. Or if he's calling, I'm pretty done. Maybe in retrospect this is a pretty bad it's a pretty bad bet, given that he will probably he will have a weak ace a lot of the time, I would assume, so maybe that's not so good. Okay, so that was not awesome. Both of them stand pat, so I'm pretty fucked. He's gonna fold. So my worst game is I would, before I assumed there would be no limit hold'em, which I'm not very good at. I would probably not be 10 cent, 20 cent, but I think people playing normally very, very bad no limits. Actually, that's I've been winning the most on no limit on the 8-game mix. That could be temporary. And that kind of gets me into some gooey spots because it's much looser. I 3-bet more sometimes, and I get in bad and good with like more marginal hands or pretty bad hands. But yeah, it seems that normally it's working out. Normally I try to avoid tables if they are, if people are playing decently. If there's a lot of Russians and Germans in general are pretty good and they're playing tight, and I don't see very much point playing versus those players when you can choose another game. So here on the bottom right, I kind of gooey spot. I have a bad flush draw, and it's not gooey at all. Actually, it's just bad. So I just get on folding this. No really good turn cards for me. So yeah, I think I'm in my peak I'm pretty good at fixed limit hold'em, and then in Alma I think I'm pretty okay too, and I think the people are playing Alma high-low split pretty bad. Maybe I do a lot of bad stuff too, but I think people are playing generally worse. Then my worst game again is triple draw. I think my biggest problem with triple draw is that I lack I think I'm very unpositional, So I feel like my ranges are like I don't change my play enough for what people do and stuff. Then sometimes I feel like it's working out okay. So I guess this maybe I have some concepts good. Anyways, what I'm gonna do now is just I'm gonna pause, and then every time there's a hand I have a decision, I'm gonna play it. So I'm gonna pause and play. So that's the outline of this video. So I hope it will work out fine. So here I'm gonna raise with a pretty bad 5-6, 8, and I'm gonna defend with a6, and I get a pretty awesome flop. Of course, you get an ace-4 and I can be totally crushed, but normally I'm in very good shape there. And I will only steal with the 5, you know, that hand. And so 7 raises into me. I don't want to get into much of a 3-betting thing, so I'm just gonna pitch that whole hand. Ras. Oh yeah, I'm pretty bad at Ras. Yeah, Ras is not a good game for me. I should actually write. I think one important thing is to one thing really helpful is to have either, you know, whatever works for you. I actually do have both a handwritten, like a blank page where I write stuff up, because normally you think of stuff when you're playing and then you forget about it. And then also maybe on the right, you know, of your screen or whatever, you can have the word pad open and some like mantras to remind you of stuff, because when you play poker you kind of get into a mindset, and then you kind of forget stuff, and then you realize afterwards, what's that? So here with kings, you know, I have a decision. I think I might play kings very bad in PLO in general, because I think it's difficult to handle it, you know, if you don't get a set, and because when you 3-bet and shit's going on, then you 4-bet or whatever, and then they have aces, and you feel like, why did I 4-bet when their 3-betting range is so lean towards aces a lot of times? So then I'm just like face palming myself. So the best thing he could have here is ace deuce 5 3 9, and I don't. I mean this is fucking strange. Let's. Oh, god damn it. If I had any other card than, you know, my board pair, then I will go ahead with that. But I just gonna want to see my equity. The idea that I had was that if I call, then I will get a pretty awesome. I get a good card on the next card, and they get bad cards. I will be in like tremendous shape. That was the idea. And here I have the best hand. So basically I checked the math on the, let's say I had ace deuce in that situation with in the rest, then he would be, you know, if he had ace deuce or ace 4, should probably be the same, right? Then he would have had 20, like 74% equity, while and that was why I folded. But then my example was that if he, that's a bad card for me, or a good card for me, and I'm watching one more. Let's see what the hell is going on. So that was a bad card for me. 2 fast action. Damn. Then I would be 74% if he get a high card and I get like a deuce or you know, any of those fun things. Should probably have folded here. but I think it's fun to call. Get a pretty damn good. I'm gonna make one more bet and I'm gonna be finished with it if he does call. Because I don't think that, if he was going for a low and then he kind of decided to give up, then I could get him to fold. But then if he were going for high, then I couldn't get him to fold after that one. So I think one bet there would be better and then give up. So one thing I'm always trying to do is evaluate how good the tables are. And I think, I don't know how, never mind. And then just, skip it if it's not good enough. And I didn't notice I was short. I think I'm just gonna reload soon. So I'm gonna see how this pans out. I want to play short-handed versus a lot of good players, so not that I'm afraid, just that the hourly is better somewhere else. And sweet, so I drew 2, so he's probably gonna bet, and then I'm gonna raise with my notes. And that's pretty horrible. Since he was racing in the small blind, that means that he could very well have a 7. But obviously it's my that would suck really big balls, but I don't know him well enough to discount the fact that he could be bluffing, so I think that I'm pretty forced to go ahead and bet call. If he were in a later position, or if it were a different situation, then you can kind of rule out a 7. But in that, no. So we hope to draw well, which we do not. So maybe there were already enough enough hands at the same time a table, so I decided to quit. I'm gonna raise here and then I'm gonna kind of gently give up. I'm gonna check back at my 10, and that was that didn't work out. And I'm gonna bet my not low and top pair okay kicker. And here I'm just gonna check and hope they check span with something and split pot. Yeah, I'll raise it up here. So far it's been very, very tight. I'm gonna mark him red. Now on this table I got an open ender to not the perfect low draw, but I think I would at times pick up the pot right here, and I have a lot of outs to a lot of different parts. So I am going to, I was debating if I should check call or check fold. I guess it worked out fine. Yep. Let's continue here. Took a small break. So we are going. I've been losing like every hand, but whatever. So here I was thinking about calling or raising. I assume that he will, raise a lot with an ace, and got really good cards here. So that's sweet. I think four-handed. I think raising up here, it's not the best hand in the world, really, but I think is fine. Discard 2. Prove to 8-7 draw. I assume he has a better draw than I do. However, and now I get a 1 card draw. I get what? Here with the 8-7-6. Let's see how it pans out. Just gonna call here. I don't think there's any big merit of raising. I think now he doesn't have too good of an ace. I assume because he would have raised probably. So I assume that he has 7-8ish. That's not very good for a good card for me, but also for him. That's too good of a card. Too good of a board for him. So I will fold. That's unfortunate. Yeah, again, I would not play the triple draw. I don't think I'm good enough, but again, just to get some hands in to show my biggest mistakes. So I would never play a specialist draw table. This guy from Lebanon, fun, Ukraine, and Austria. So this guy, I think I played a lot of. Was it 8-game mix or was it? I also played some high-low split. So I'm gonna call here with my 10-6 suited, and I am gonna raise to a weakish. Look here, I have an ace, so doesn't do that much, but I'm gonna call one more time here, see what's going on. I'm just gonna keep on betting here. And got the bink king. And I got another king. I would check because I assume that when he calls with a king, he probably has 2 pair. So when I get my lucky last king, I can check raise, and he will not. I don't think he will bet for a 2 pair on the river, and he had a good 2 pair. That's kind of strange. I don't know if they shuffled the cards on stars, because it was kind of like he was calling with a pair of 6s only on 4th. I think that's pretty damn horrible. But I don't know. Gonna raise up with my ace king. He stands pat. Interesting. I'm gonna try to get him to break his hand. If not, I think I will just check call this down, and value bet. That value bet is pretty marginal. So that's interesting. I'm going to take a note. Okay, so he seems pretty aggressive. So I decide to 3-bet. You know, I can very well check behind. So, yeah, not the best. I am gonna pat now and snow. Guess I have a lot of deuces and 6s that he needs. It's a bit dicey, of course. I hope that he will. It's very. That last bet kind of hurt. But I think I just have to go with it when I present such a strange, strong holding. You know, when you snow, you probably would have liked to have more deuces and cards like that. I just thought that it was like good for the dynamic or whatever. Maybe that was a bit spewy. So again, not my best game. All right, so when he checks behind here, I don't think he has a straight ever, and I do have some backup, but mainly I could very well have straight and aim to check raise. So I think I will call bet one, and then I will fire the fire not so big on the river. I think that's I don't think there would be a big difference if I bet 29 or 33, and so I guess that's fine. I think the thought process there was okay though. If you okay, I didn't really say what did I tell it in a good way? I don't know. Anyways, I think that's fine. And I should reload again. I'm just gonna call here with my 853. The thing, you know, you are not supposed to play two Razzie hands, and I'm not sure like how, if that recommendation, like how trashy you can play from, you know, six-handed, because you know a lot of people probably say that for full-handed games. So it comes a bit strange then when you play your Razzie hands that you miss, and then you're like, like there when you pair, because you you get a high as well. So I don't know. So this guy is pretty damn loose. I'm gonna make a, in my opinion, loose 3-bet and go from there. So high-low. Draws one card. I'm gonna call it once and then probably go with action if I get a. I'm gonna go for the. I think I'm. I think I have to call. Obviously hating my hand, but. Draw for the notes, and this. I'm gonna should call this. I'm gonna see about this. So that sucked. Again, spew spots here. Probably a lot to comment on. I don't know. So with the kings there, with the short stack, I will go with that. So here are a few hands. Blind versus blind, and then so I got it. Just gonna go to Value Town. He draws 2 first, and then I'll draw 2 again. Normally I would probably see bet here, but he just did the exact same thing before. I think he will call me slightly more often. And now I will just call. Hope that he gives up on the river. Not wanting to put in too much cash with on this board. I think I'm pretty fucked. Normally. I'm gonna make a c-bet, then be done. Just gonna give up here. Raise it up with 275. Get 3-bet. Discards 1. I'll discard 2. I will call and raise and draw 1. I didn't draw one again. And now fold. With my 10, with him drawing 2, I'm just gonna bet and check call. Even though it's pretty obvious when I check call here, I don't think he can do very much about that. It kind of sucks for me, of course, when he improves and he just value bets me. I don't think I could check fold there. At least not too often. Okay, I guess that's the end of the video. And wow, there's a lot of dicey spots. Maybe, I don't know if I accidentally paused and then it didn't resume. I thought I did. I'm not sure what was shown and what was not shown, but I'm sure that it was pretty horrible. That was probably one of the worst sessions. Fuck me. Fuck. That was one of the worst sessions I played so far this year, actually.